I'm someone with a mind that's constantly running. My mind is constantly thinking. And the thing is that it's great for creativity and whatnot, but the issue is that if I'm worried or anxious about anything, then it really sucks just having those thoughts being blasted at me all the time. And so it feels like recently I've kind of discovered what the cure to that is, which is just giving your mind something else to think about. And it sounds very simple, and it kind of is, but at the same time, it's actually quite difficult to manage. You see, if you have a problem that you're struggling to deal with, then your mind inevitably will focus on that. And it kind of sucks if it's something out of your control, like if it's something at work or school, or if it's politics, if it's something in the world, it kind of sucks to have that be the case. Because I found that if I'm not careful, then I can be stuck in a loop, constantly worrying about certain things. And so if you have a mind that's similar to mine, then you're probably constantly thinking about different problems and how to solve them. And the thing is that it's great to be able to solve problems, but the problem, ironically, is that it's not always fun. And so essentially the cure that I found is that instead of trying to get your mind to slow down, instead of trying to get your mind to be quiet, you just give it something else to do. And I think that on paper, you would think that you'd become more worried. I think that if you're anxious about something and then you have another problem, you would think that you would become more anxious, but that's not really the case. Essentially, if you have an anxious mind, if you have an overactive mind, then I think that sometimes we can just be like, okay, be quiet. But the thing is that if you think about doing the same thing with regards to like a puppy or a kid, if you have just someone who's super energetic, then telling them to shut up and sit down will not work. And so in essence, what I'm saying is that you kind of have to play with your mind. I'm saying that if your mind is constantly running, then you have to divert that energy in a different way. And I think doing that will actually help you feel better. Now, there are a few different ways to do that. There are a few different ways to divert the attention from anxiety onto something else. If you have a problem of some sort, if you're able to define it, and if you're able to put it into terms that you can kind of work with, then I think that your mind will be focused on that. But also I found that reading helps me because it's not that stimulating, you know, you're just sitting there staring at a book, but at the same time, it gives your mind something to do. A book only continues if you make it continue. And so because of that, because of the fact that you are forced to control the speed of your reading, I found it very helpful in easing my mind. But really the reason I'm filming this video is just because I wanted to share that idea, that if you have an anxious mind, the cure for it is not to try to shut it up, but rather the cure for it is to try to find something for it to do. And so that's what I got. Thank you for watching. Have a nice night. I'm going to the gym. Goodbye.